Hi, welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So, just want to do a quick documentation before I'm actually putting some stuff together so I can do a video. And the police sirens. I said doing a video. Of course, they want me to do any videos at all, but anyhow, it doesn't matter what they say. I'm gonna continue to do my video or what they do. I'm gonna continue to do my videos. So, as I'm getting the information together, Pam comes in and she's like, "Oh, I got a call. I got a call from Alyssa's school, my daughter's school, saying that she was sent to the nurse office because she said she wasn't feeling well." And then she said, "But I didn't. But I missed the message." And then they called back. No, she said, "But when I called them, they said that she left the nurse office and she's back in her class, saying that she's feeling fine." And again, I'm gonna expunge on that because you guys, if you seen the video I did yesterday, exposing what they did to my Amazon order of my supplement, right? So my daughter opened the Amazon box, and because I said to her mother, I said, Pam, it's okay, you can open the package because there's supplements in there. And so my daughter opened the package, right? And what happened? My daughter so whoever opened the supplement on when they were putting the supplements in the box at the Amazon or wherever distribution facility that it was packaged at, literally open up the bottle supplement, remove the safety cover, right? It's like a like a foam, like a thin layer of foam material that you peel off, right? But not only that, but they literally took a bite out of one of the gummies and left it in the box. So I asked my daughter, I said, "Why did you open up the package?" She was like, I thought mommy told me to open. I said, "No." I said, "First of all, it's not. It isn't your name on it. It's my name on it. And you're not supposed to open up boxes like that. If it doesn't have your name on it, you're not allowed to open it." And she knows this. But this is the co-opting of her consciousness, them taking over her conscious mind to do that. Because she's never opened up any of my packages. Okay? Unless either I ask her to open up for me if I'm not there, and particularly if it's something that is hers, then she'll open it up. But yeah. Okay, I had to pause the video because Pam came in the living room and interrupted me, so I didn't want to continue, and I didn't want to end the video either. So yeah, so I was saying, so the hijacking of our psychological minds, or not say psychological mind, but of our minds through silent sound spectrum, and how these groups, religious groups in particular, are being used by the U.S. government or the infiltration of religious groups within the U.S. government in order to use their ability to influence, to influence, to put themselves in positions of power in which they can exert some form of control over the society at large, right? And that ties in also with the development of technology, okay? Technology in which they will tell the masses of people doesn't exist, right? So when I hear stories or read stories or watch videos on people who claim that family members are possessed and all this other stuff. Again, it's the religious ideology of having such belief system, particularly when it comes to religion, because a lot of it is based on not understanding the reality, right, and how people can be manipulated in many ways. So I'm looking up for some information, and one in particular is a book called let me see, actually let me bring this screen down, my son's computer. He has a screen above his main screen, his ultra wide monitor. And one of the books in which I'm trying to find is called, let's see if I can find it here. Let me bring that down here. It's called Cults, Coercion, and Control: Rhetoric, Reality, and the Return of Brainwashing. Okay, I was able to find on the website called Equinox, in their archive, volume 24, number 2 from 2001, special issue, The Return of the Cult, Bad Religion in the Age of Trump and COVID. Okay, but we all know that cults have never exited from within the society, right? Particularly American society, particularly with the resurgence of cults during the 1970s. And again, when you do the research and you look back, a lot of the cult leaders come out of where? They come out of the military or the CIA or the government agencies, basically, right? And so you had like Charles Manson, again, who has ties to the CIA. You can go on and on, right? You look at even back further. You look at L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard, who was in the Navy, and what happened? Created Scientology. And why did he create Scientology? He created Scientology because the South African government, okay, wanted to tame the minds of black South Africans. So L. Ron Hubbard created Scientology. As I say, whenever I see black people join in these religious movements, I understand the conditioning. I understand the need to want to belong to groups and organizations that have been established to eradicate who they are as a people. Okay, and so we tend to, again, because of the psychological manipulation, the negative treatment, we tend to want to our minds. Right? Again, this is just human nature now, right? But particularly as black people who've been the victims of white brutality, of racism, and all that stuff. The vast majority of black people tend to want to do things to appease their oppressors. Okay. Now you have a lot of black people today say, "Oh, black people are not oppressed," because they may be in a position where they might have it better off than the rest of us. Okay, so they tend to, so their minds tend to create this defense mechanism where it's going to block out the truth, right, while they're living within their own bubble until things happen to where they can no longer ignore it. Okay, because eventually things are going to happen where they can no longer ignore it, right? And so, for example, they had a newscaster in Chicago. I think I talked about her a lot. She's the daughter of the football player. Williams the Refrigerated Perry, I think, or either William Refrigerated Perry or another Chicago running back. I forgot his name, but anyway, she's a news reporter. All right, now she's married to a white man. She has kids, and she was when Trump got elected. She went to the grocery store. All the white man call her the N-word. So she gets on social media, started crying. I've never experienced this before, and this and that. Yes, you have. You just tend to ignore it. You see, the one thing about black people, right, is that when they are elevated to a certain position within the society, when they live amongst the oppressive group, right, they tend to, particularly when it comes to black women in particular, they having that position and being within that group, particularly marrying one of the oppressor class, is and the fact that they may grow up within that environment tend to create reality tend to be skewed, right? Until a leader is elected that harbor racist, who is a racist and harbor racism and a racist mindset, and now you start to see the people amongst where she lives, or he lives, start to show their true colors. Right? Society will reflect its leaders. Remember that. Organizations will reflect its leaders. Look at the police department all across America. Racist, brutal, hiring of criminals, pedophiles, drug dealers, gang members, and within the structure of law enforcement, they tend to uh, create within their own groups, right? So you have police officers who are gang members. You have police officers who are organized with other police officers who are drug dealers. You have police officers who organize with other police officers who are serial killers of black people, right? This is then you have the religious groups who will infiltrate law enforcement, who will use their power, use their authority again to either push certain religious ideology. And this is the video that I was going to do today. This is why they manipulated my daughter's mind, saying that she wasn't feeling well, she needs to go to the nurse. She goes to the nurse, and what happens? Parent calls back to school. Oh, she's fine. She went back into class. Again, that's a message for me, because I'm doing some research to do this video. And as soon as Pam came in and told me that, what do you think happened? What do you think that I hear on the other side? But none other than the NY Predator Department using the sirens to confirm that it is them that are doing this. Okay, and again, they'll use the labeling as, oh, he's crazy. Okay, they do it because whenever it benefits them. See, whenever I do videos like this, which you don't want me to do, which I'm going to do, where I can give you guys the information so you guys can see it yourself, they don't like that, because again, you're giving the truth. They don't like the truth. Their whole system is based off of lies and manipulation, deception, right? Setups, frameworks, whatever, in order to control people within the society, or to try to bring them into the fold of their religion, right? So this is why. Okay, and then I had Pam walking back and forth because she's looking to see if I'm recording. I wasn't really recording her. I just had my phone on pause. But I noticed that she kept walking closer and closer, looking at my phone. I was looking at the screen, but I was like looking at her from the corner of my eyes to see what she was doing, right? And of course, this is I already know this has happened so many times before, right? They're controlled in such a way, is that, and they use certain things. They'll use their job, giving them raises, giving them positions within that organization, and like I said, the motivating factor for them is money. Right? That's the motivating factor, particularly because they've studied, they know what kind of mindset that they've created within us as individuals and as groups, that they feel like, and they think that they hold the advantage. Right? They may hold the technological advantage, they may hold the psychological advantage, but once you become aware and you start to do the research, then the psychological advantage, you can take back some of it. Okay, in terms of reconditioning your mind to think and behave different in how they've conditioned you to think and behave. All right, and remember, they have the power, the ability, the resources to control every outcome. Okay, but what you have the power to do is to learn, to research, to educate yourself, okay, to expose it, regardless of whatever the psychological threat is, whatever the physical threat is, whatever the threat is. All right, because we have to become our own savior, right? And this is a concept that they don't want you to have. You becoming your own savior, you helping each other, us helping each other, all right? And to empower ourselves, okay? Now, we may not, as TIs, we may not be able to empower ourselves in terms of political power, but we can empower ourselves by learning the truth, speaking the truth, exposing the lies and the deception, okay, in which others can learn from, so they don't fall into the same trap if they're attacked in a manner in which we are attacked. All right, psychologically, that is. All right, when I say psychologically, I mean in that psychologically, the psychological program. Now, when it comes to the technology to manipulate our minds, we have no control over that. We cannot stop it. But what we can do is to recognize the negative thinking pattern, the negative behavior pattern that's being conditioned within our minds. Okay, and I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know that. Okay, and when you start to act different from the narrative that they set forth, they will threaten you because they want you to continue to act in a negative manner. They will use reward and punishment. However way they use it is it depends on how you're responding. Okay, so understand that and understand what's truly going on. Okay, and the use of these groups again, these stalking groups, they're crazy. That's why earlier today in the video with the guy, grown ass man, probably about my age, standing there waiting for me and all this stuff. This is and that's at least then I started walking. When I walk past him on my way back, he starts to follow me because again I want to show you guys and prove to you guys that yeah, they are sick individuals and they are sick. They are sick, but they are so sick that their sickness has become normalcy. And the society, when they create sickness within the society, mental illness within the society, it becomes a normalcy. Okay, but it's not normal. It's just that within this society, they're trying to make it normal and acceptable. And too many people have fallen in for it because the use of religion is a huge part in getting them to commit crimes against individuals or groups of people. And they don't even see it because their sick minds, they believe that they're God's warriors, right? They're righteous warriors. You're not righteous warriors. You're a bunch of mindless idiots, and I do mean that with extreme compassion. Okay? So, that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.